All right, we're here with Phillip Niemeyer. He is the filmmaker behind the...
I'm one of the two filmmakers behind... it's my studio, Double Triple, and the Oakland-based filmmaker Ryan Junell. We're behind the music video for the Octopus Project song "An Evening with Ritha."
Okay, and talk about the Octopus Project and how you got involved with this music video.
Well, we all have Austin roots, and Octopus Project's been here. You know, they got their start here, and they. If you haven't heard them, they're a fantastic group. Instrumental, experimental music, but accessible to everybody. Like just feelings of pure happiness condensed into 3 minutes with no words. It's something to see. And I don't think their name is explicitly comes from being an octopus per se. But if you ever see them live, you do see like 4 people grappling with 8 sets of instruments, sometimes in the same song. A really fantastic group. I mean, if you're going to be here for the music portion of South by Southwest, like I can't recommend a band higher than the Octopus Project. So.
And so they came to you and asked if...
The label came to us because they saw the video we did for Spoon for the You Got Your Cherry Bomb. And we've had a long-time relationship with that band and that label. And so they loved the Cherry Bomb video, and they wanted, something like it, and we gave them something else. But they were happy with it.
Well, that's what counts, as long as they're happy with it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's fascinating to me about this music video is it seems extraordinarily intricate. There's lots of texture, lots of layers, and in a world where you can very easily do things digitally, you guys chose to do this, in the old-fashioned way, I guess, for lack of a better term, and talk about the process and some of the tools you used to create this.
Well, yeah, we did do things in an old-fashioned way. Like, it's really like what I think we did with this project was like a lot of DIY cell animation. And we were at this point, like we were really into Hubley Studios work, like John Hubley. We actually made a visit to the Hubley Studios. Like Emily Hubley let us look at a lot of his old backgrounds, and so we did a lot of stuff with like all the backgrounds. Well, like going back, we wanted to get an organic feel. We wanted really organic, moving colors. So we all the backgrounds were silk screened, right, and stop motion animated. And we tried to do things so quickly that it didn't have that kind of rigidity of a lot of the stop motion we'd done in the past. But it was a really experimental process for us. We just got a bunch of stuff together. We got it in the studio, and we shot whatever we could and tried to figure it out afterwards.
So, it wasn't so much as a preconceived vision. It was something that kind of came along as you...
Well, we did have a preconceived vision, sort of. The song is instrumental, and we didn't have, we were really not interested in explicit narratives, but more oblique narratives, because we wanted the feeling of seeing that band live isn't like you're being told a story, but you are in an emotional experience in which the story is your own. So we wanted a certain emotional dynamic to the song. And the planning of the song was based more on color and pace than it was on explicit narrative.
Right.
That said, we did have explicitly narrative, creatures in it, like a series of spirit animals, if you will.
That seems to be a theme that they use a lot.
Oh yeah. Like Rithra, in their mythology is a giant pink bat that's friends with Godzilla and likes to party. We kind of made him a little bit more sinister in our video. He kind of melts your mind with his cosmic awareness. You can't handle it. But I mean, he's ultimately very good-natured and wants to have a good time.
Well, that's good. He likes to party and likes to have a good time.
But going back to the hand-done stuff, we're doing a lot of old techniques, we were using cell animation, but basically using transparencies we got from Staples. We weren't using real cells. But what we were doing is not really possible pre-technology because we're doing everything a lot quicker, on more layers and faster than they really could do in the 60s and 70s. Even though we were looking to that stuff for inspiration, in the 60s and 70s when you had several layers and that sort of thing that we had going on, they were doing all that stuff in camera.
Right.
We have the luxury of being able to do that stuff digitally and basically assemble 5 or 6 different stop motion clips to make a composite, which they couldn't do.
So it's the best of both worlds. You're, going back to old school DIY, but you're also using modern technology.
We wanted to make a kind of an analog, extremely organic colors, extremely that kind of stuff. But the compositing and the assembling and the editing, on that micro level, on those high speeds, that isn't really possible pre-digital. And that's great. I mean, it's fantastic. Because people nowadays, you don't have the patience to watch things that are slow. People have to have things that go extremely fast, or you're going to get bored.
The style.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
you actually, speaking of fast, you were saying that this was actually faster than if you had tried to create this all in a digital world.
Well, for us, because we're very, like, my studio, we're very tactile. That's something that we try to do at Double Triple is keep everything really tactile. But, so we have, like, in that video alone, there's, like, segments where, like, there's, like, maybe, like, 20 butterflies flying in all directions. Well, if you're going to animate that in After Effects, you're going to be tweening the path of 20 butterflies. And if you want to have some sort of organic motion, maybe you apply a wiggler or some kind of technique or whatnot. That kind of scene could take you a day alone.
Right.
We set up the camera, we shoot it, we got a beer, we do it in like 5 minutes, and we're on to the next shot. Because you could do all this stuff by your hand a lot quicker, a lot more organically. And so, yeah, so like that kind of micro animation was a lot faster done by hand for us. Maybe there's some automated processes that, I know Pixar uses, but for us that worked a lot better, and we could get a lot of the effects that, oh hey, here's Mr. Junell, we should call him.
Come on over. All right, we're joined now by Ryan Junell, who is one of the other filmmakers behind this project, and we've been talking about a lot of the technical aspects of how this was made, and it's extremely fascinating. How about how it was marketed? I know that I could go online and watch it in its entirety in the quality that I chose. How important is that to you as a filmmaker?
To market a music video?
Yeah, to be able to use the modern technology to get your work out there and get it exposed.
Oh, I mean, I come from an internet background. I've been doing it for a long time, so it was really obvious to put the video online immediately, and for the band as well. I mean, it's good if you can sync it up with the release of the record, but really it's kind of like a viral thing. So when you get it, like the second you put it online, start sending it to your friends, and hopefully it just propagates out from there. But blogs have also been really big. There's probably 9 music video blogs that are significant, and if you can get those all kind of looking at it at the same time, there's a cross-pollination that happens over the course of a day. Mm-hmm. The second it goes up, and everyone talks about it at the same time, and then kind of propagates out from there, I think. But.
So for you, it's just as a professional filmmaker, there hasn't been a time where you haven't considered using the internet as a tool to get your work out there.
Right, but and really our options for getting on television has significantly reduced since MTV stopped playing music videos. Really, there's 9 different MTV channels, but for us, we're just kind of doing these homespun animations for bands that we know personally, and whether or not they were viable for television or not isn't up to us. It was obvious to use the web, and just hey, anybody can do that.
Right. And talk about South by Southwest, have you guys ever had any work in the festival before?
I've been kind of surfing this festival for about 15 years. I used to come here a lot just to help out with the KVRX KTSB booth back in the day. Did you ever do South by Southwest?
Well, I go on the music side, but this is the first time I've been on the non-music. I mean, I didn't even really pay attention to the festival on this side until this year. So
he's been in bands that have played here before.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it pretty exciting to actually have one of your films featured?
Oh, it's a big deal. Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's a real honor. I mean, there's some real high quality, real high quality stuff being shown, even in the music video festival. I feel really honored that we were included, because I see the slate of the other stuff. I mean, so even in stop motion, some of the most to me inspiring stop motion stuff. Last year, it's all in the festival, and we're right there with it, and that feels really good. I mean,
and we got badges out of it.
Yeah, we got badges out of it.
The most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's next for you guys, and what's next for Double Triple?
Well, we just finished the video for Angie Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead. We just wrapped that like a week ago. And Ryan's working on some mind-bending psychedelic iPhone apps.
It's true.
It's true. And Double Triple, we're a graphic design studio. We're just trying to make a living doing graphic design for good people. So.
And tell people where they can see at night with I'm gonna mess with an evening with Ritha.
Oh, there's multiple places you could see it.
But you could go to, if you can spell it right, it's rtha.doubletriple.net.
Okay.
It's probably it's where we are hosting it, but it's online. So if you just look up Octopus Project and try to type something unpronounceable, you might get it.
You might get it. Yeah, you might
Google
get lucky.
might suggest something that's random.
Well, Phillip and Ryan, I appreciate the time, and good luck in the future.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.